This is Hinos Sport bringing you that heat and that fire. We keeping the foot on the what? On the next. We keeping the foot on the what? On the next. Listen, y'all. Y'all gotta call a spade a spade. Y'all gotta keep it a buck. Y'all gotta keep it 100. And y'all gotta keep it real. Teofimo López is financially ducking Vasiliy Lomachencko. Let me say it again. Teofimo López is financially ducking Vasiliy Lomachencko. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. And that's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. Last time I checked, when you're the one calling the other fighter out, you're the B-side. Let me say it again. When you're the one that's calling the fighter out, you're the B-side. B-sides don't get to make demands in negotiations. Let me say it again. B-sides don't get to make demands when it comes to negotiations. When has this shit happened ever in boxing? Floyd Mayweather, TBE, the best ever of this generation. When he was B-side, he played his role to full vernacular, full form. The Oscar De La Hoya fight. Oscar De La Hoya determined what size gloves they wore. Floyd Mayweather said, okay. Oscar De La Hoya determined what weight class they fought. Floyd Mayweather said, okay. Oscar De La Hoya determined what venue they fought. Floyd Mayweather said, okay. Oscar De La Hoya determined what the lion's share of the money was going to be. Floyd Mayweather said, okay. Because Floyd Mayweather understands the A-side, B-side equation. And anyone that sits here and knows how Floyd operates and understands how these things work at its highest levels when it comes to boxing, A-side and B-side equation, how are you going to sit here and justify Teofimo López? And this was a Floyd Mayweather that, mind you, his resume dwarfed Teofimo López. Let me say it again. This was a Floyd Mayweather whose resume, mind you, dwarfed Teofimo López. And if his resume at that time dwarfed Teofimo López, and even the great Floyd Mayweather was like, whatever you take, because Floyd Mayweather understood he was the B-side in the equation. When you're the B-side, you take what's given to you. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And then once you beat the A-side, now you get to dictate the terms. Let me say it again. Once you beat the A-side, now you get to dictate the terms. See, the reason why he knows his sport will never be debunked on this shit is because I reside myself in cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat truth telling fashion. I'm not a Vasiliy Lomachencko fan, and I'm not a Teofimo López hater, contrary to what people think. Let me say it again. I'm not a Vasiliy Lomachencko fan, and I'm not a Teofimo López hater, contrary to what people think. So I'm going to break this shit down in He Knows His Sport scientific mode. Get the notepads out and get to the damn scribbling. So hear me, and hear me. Well, it's about the weakest link here. He Knows His Sport always is able to dissect the weakest link. This guy called out Vasiliy Lomachencko for 2+ years. Now all of a sudden, he's complaining about $1.2 million. And you got people out here justifying this stuff saying $1.2 million as if they've touched $1 million in their life. Let me say it again. They're complaining about $1.2 million as if they've touched $1 million in their life. If you never touched 7 figures, you don't know what that shit is all about, man. Higgity fucking hush, dog. Let me say it again. If you never touched 7 figures, you don't know what that shit is about. So, higgity fucking hush. Here's the cold-hearted, the unadulterated, cutthroat truth teller fashion. We are in a global pandemic right now. Nobody wants to hear a fighter complaining about $1.2 million when 97% of the planet has not even seen 7 figures, and they won't see 7 figures for the rest of their life. Let me say it again. When 97% of the planet won't see 7 figures and possibly may not see 7 figures for the rest of their life. Whoop the fucking dude. Get your 1.2 million. You just got out of prospect lane. You just entered into contender lane when you beat Richard Coleman, and prove your stock. You and your dad sat there and called out Vasiliy Lomachencko for 2.5 years. Vasiliy Lomachencko, you wasn't even on his fucking radar. Like he said, Teofimo López is a speed bump. I'm not impressed. I want to collect the belts with Gervonta Tank Davis. Let me say it again. Let me let that marinate the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. Hear me? Hear me? Well, Teofimo López is a speed bump. I'm not impressed. Gervonta Tank Davis is the one that I want to collect all of the belts. That's what came out of Vasiliy Lomachencko's mouth. You wasn't on his fucking radar. And the reason why you can't disrespect Devin Haney and call Devin Haney an email champ, because that's what they do. Remember what I told you, reverse bias, aka coons. Detractors, aka Uncle Toms. Panders, aka racist motherfuckers. They don't like black fighters, man. They don't like elite, slick black fighters. Devin Haney falls under that mold. That work ethic, boy. That's why Vasiliy Lomachenko ducked him and got the franchise belt. He knew what he was going to be dealing with Devin Haney. A guy that lives, breathes, and sleeps the gym. Let me say it again. A guy that lives, breathes, and sleeps the gym. And the fact that he's young and getting this shit now, that makes him lethal. Vasiliy understands that. He understands, damn, this kid right here could keep me on the back foot all night because he has the wherewithal. He has the boxing ingenuity. He has the boxing IQ. He has the boxing stamina. And he has the tool sets and the pedigree to keep me on the back foot because my back foot is shit. But Teofimo López is a speed bump. I'm not impressed. I'm going to collect the belts against Gervonta Tank Davis because Teofimo López wants Tank Davis to take him. He knows that's the fight at 135, and he knows that's going to be the guy that's going to dispatch him. But he made it very clear that Devin Haney is also that guy. Because men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Jay-Z, let me say it again. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Jay-Z. And the numbers don't lie. Devin Haney made his ass duck. So call him an email champ all you want. That's just you showing your reverse bias, aka detracting, aka pandering. Because what happened to people saying that Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney was the number 1 and the number 2 in the pack. But now all of a sudden, Teofimo López is better than him? Come on, man. Even super duper hype job variation fanboys were saying this shit, man. Let me say it again. Even super duper hype job variation fanboys was putting Devin Haney above Teofimo López. They know he chin checked Teofimo López in person. Damn near bitch made his ass and looked at him dead in his face and said, I'll whoop your ass in sparring. I'll whoop your ass right now. Teofimo López was quiet like a freaking mouse. Let me say it again. Quiet like a freaking mouse. This is the thing with super duper hype jobs. They all bark. No bite. Let me say it again. They all bark. No bite. Let me say it again. They all bark. No bite. The truth of the fact of the matter is, Teofimo López and Teofimo López Sr., they're all bark. No bite. Because now it's time to put up. So what you gonna do? You gonna put up? Or you gonna higgity the fucking shut up? Let me say it again. Are you gonna put up or are you gonna higgity the fucking shut up? You gotta ask yourself that underlying and undercurrent truth here. Are you putting up or are you shutting up? Because the truth of the fact of the matter is, if you ain't gonna put up, shut up. Let me say it again. If you ain't gonna put up, shut up. This is time to show your mettle, Teofimo López. Because truth be told, this is not gonna be your last payday. And if you fight based on the 1.2 million that's given to your ass or given unto thee and you win, guess how much you're going to win after that? You will literally overnight become the man at 135. Because people want to sit here and tell you that Vasiliy Lomachenko ducked, and that was a sad ass move on his part because I got on him. I keeps that same energy over here, dog. Let me say it again. I keeps that same energy. But the truth of the fact of the matter is he's a 3-belt holder at the lightweight division. He still has 2 other fucking belts that he's held since 2018. This is why it's a unification bout. Because the WBC wasn't the only belt that Vasiliy Lomachenko had. And when people sit here and tell you that Vasiliy Lomachenko is slightly an A-side, there's no slightly here. It's either you are or you aren't. Let me say it again. When they say slightly A-side, that's bullshit. It's either you are A-side or you're not. That's just basically debunking him because of the comparisons that was made against Floyd Mayweather. I get it. I done told you. It's okay. That's justifiable and I understand it. But you can't let your boxing brain go to the freaking brain full of mush and brainwash variation of dodo headisms because you want Teofimo López to beat Vasiliy Lomachenko because you didn't like the comparisons between Floyd Mayweather. Come on, man. This is what we call using the true boxing eye test. I don't care about Vasiliy Lomachenko. He looks like he comes out of a meat-packed district. How many times do I have to keep that same energy over here, dog? Let me say it again. How many times do I have to keep that same energy? His back foot is shit. But Teofimo López ain't going to be the one to beat him. He ain't going to be the one to expose him. Because when it's all said and done, if Vasiliy Lomachenko on the list of weak is weak, then Teofimo López on the list of weak is the weakest, man. Let me say it again. If Vasiliy Lomachenko on the list of weak is weak, then Teofimo López on the list of weak is weakest. And we about exposing the weakest link here. Super Dupe Hype Job Variation let you know what his truest and his most properest levels was. Dad, no more taller fighters. I think I'm going to quit social media. Let me say it again. Dad, no more taller fighters. I think I'm going to quit social media. See, what I say can be qualified, it can be calculated, it can be verified. You know why? Because I'm the ultimate truth teller on YouTube. I reside myself and govern myself by cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat truth teller fashion because I'm the ultimate truth teller. When you line yourself up on the truth, you always on the right side of history. Let me say it again. When you line yourself up on the truth, you always on the right side of history. And see, people can sit here and say what they want, but when it's all said and done, Keynotes of Sport has an emphatic point. Even the biggest super duper hype job variations are like, damn boy, Keynotes of Sport is making more and more sense about this dude because he looking weak as fuck out here in these boxing streets. He done called this man out for 2+ years. Now all of a sudden he's complaining about $1.2 million that 97% of the planet doesn't make. And who the hell are you as a fighter? You would think that this is a savvy veteran that's negotiating a contract as if he has the resume to justify this. You don't have the resume to justify shit. You barely became a contender. So take what's given unto thee. Let me say it again. You barely become a contender. So take what's given unto thee and prove your real worth. You beat Vasiliy Lomachencko. Now we know what you're really about. But if you don't do that, DuckTales, woo, DuckTales, woo. There's a stranger out to find you. There's a stranger out to find you. What to do is grab on you some DuckTales, woo. It's a fucking financial duck. And can't nobody tell me otherwise. I keeps the foot on the what? On the X. I keeps the foot on the what? On the X. This is Keynotes of Sport. Checking out.